Hello and welcome. We'll be getting you all the latest updates and a range of perspectives on Phase 4 of polling in India today. That's through the entire day today on WION World is One. Now, from federal ministers to former student union leaders, 128 million voters in a large swathe of Hindi-speaking India. Phase 4 of the Indian election is yet another high-stakes battle. Now, this phase is about the Hindi heartland, which was at the heart of the BJP's spectacular victory in 2014. The BJP and its allies had won 56 of the 72 seats up for grabs. So the BJP has to fire on all cylinders to ensure a repeat of their 2014 performance. A dip in the final Phase 4 numbers and the party will have to depend on new and fickle allies, each with their own respective agendas. Now, NDA's prestige is at stake in Bihar. All 5 states polling today are held by the NDA. What will be a cause for worry is that the contest on all these seats is straight this time. Begusarai is the most crucial. CPI candidate Kanhaiya Kumar might give a tough time to Federal Minister Giriraj Singh of the BJP. All right, moving on. In Odisha, voters will cast their ballot for 6 parliamentary seats that are up for grabs. In 2014, the Biju Janata Dal had secured a win on all 6 seats. They faced competition from the Congress party the last time. Now, this time, it is the BJP that is bringing the fight to the Naveen Patnaik-led party. Up next, in Rajasthan, the Congress faces a tougher task to wrest 13 seats, 8 of which are won by the Saffron Party last time by a margin of 20% votes. The biggest battle is between Ashok Gehlot's son, Vaibhav Gehlot, who has been pitted against Federal Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. The BJP had won 12 out of 13 seats going to the polls in Uttar Pradesh, but the SP, BSP and RLD alliance could make it tougher for the BJP to retain these seats because the BJP has dropped 4 of the 12 sitting lawmakers and decided to field fresh faces. Right, moving on. In Madhya Pradesh, the Congress faces the challenge of retaining its support in select pockets that have historically not been its stronghold. Out of the 29 parliamentary constituencies that are going to the polls in the state today, the BJP had won 27 with an impressive vote share of 54%. The Congress won just 2, its lowest in 3 decades. Phase 4 marks the entry of elections into Mamata Banerjee's bastion of South Bengal. Out of the 34 seats won by the TMC in 2014, 30 were from this particular region. It had won 6 out of the 8 seats that are going to the polls in this phase. The remaining 2 seats were won by the BJP and the Congress party. Now, Asansol is one of the 2 seats won by the BJP in West Bengal. This year, it might find it tougher as the Trinamool Congress has fielded actor Moon Sen against incumbent Babul Supriyo. Now, India's financial capital has 6 Lok Sabha constituencies, which the BJP swept in 2014. And most of these seats were in the kitty of the Congress party in 2009. Now, like Delhi, the Mumbai seats are bellwether seats. Not only does the winner end up ruling Delhi, but it is also indicative of a pan-urban vote. So the question is, how will Mumbai vote this year? Now, the Mumbai election is riddled with star faces from film actor Urmila Matondkar and Milind Deora to Poonam Mahajan. If Mumbai votes in favor of the BJP, then it will be a clear indication that urban India continues to trust Narendra Modi. In case the vote splits, it would see the return of the Congress party in urban India. In 2014, Narendra Modi swept almost all urban seats throughout India. So a lot is at stake for both Congress and the BJP in Mumbai. And joining me live from London is my very special guest, Andrew Whitehead, writer and a former BBC journalist. Andrew, thanks so much for joining us on WION World is One. Appreciate it. First up, we've seen 3 phases of polling. Today is the 4th phase. Election polling is taking place as we speak. Your thoughts on where we might be headed now that we have crossed almost the halfway mark of the Lok Sabha seats?
Well, by the end of the day, I think about 2/3 of the Lok Sabha constituencies will have polled their votes. And this has always been the BJP's election to lose. They entered as favourites, and I don't think anything has happened so far during the campaign to disturb that. I think it's very unlikely that they will win quite as emphatically as they did in 2014. I think it's unlikely that the BJP will again win a single-party majority in the Lok Sabha. But I don't see Congress getting anywhere near them in terms of the final tally of seats.
Why do you say that, Andrew?
Well, I think the BJP started with a huge advantage. The Congress party, with the exception of its success in the state elections at the end of last year, had not really found its feet. It seemed for a brief moment that Rahul Gandhi was becoming more confident and effective as the Congress party leader. And certainly those victories in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, 2 of those states, of course, start voting today, gave the Congress party a shot of adrenaline. But in terms of the campaign, it's very much been about Narendra Modi. And even the main Congress party slogan, Chokidar Chorhe, it's about Narendra Modi. And I think this increasingly presidential style of campaigning is going to be to Mr. Modi's and to the BJP's advantage.
Now, Andrew, if, as you say, this election, like 2014, is all about Narendra Modi, do you see at all a wave in this election, or do you read it as an aggregate of state assembly elections?
Well, I don't see a wave, anything like the scale that we saw 5 years ago. I don't think this is going to be a wave election. In fact, I think if you use that analogy, I think the tide is starting to turn. So I wouldn't expect the NDA to win anything like as convincingly as they did 5 years ago. And we don't quite know how well regional parties will do. We don't know whether the Samajwadi BSP alliance will do the job in Uttar Pradesh, but I think almost certainly they will eat into BJP support there. In terms of state elections, the state elections, normally, if you have state elections within 5 or 6 months of Lok Sabha elections, then that's a fairly good predictor of how the parliamentary elections will go. So I think certainly in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, Congress, which got virtually no seats here 5 years ago, will do respectably and will take seats away from the BJP.
Now, Andrew, if there is no perceptible wave in favour or against a party or leader, how do you see this pan out going forward, in the sense that there's a school of thought which says that the BJP will try to make or compensate for losses in the Hindi heartland by making inroads into West Bengal, into Odisha, or even south of the Vindhyas in states like Karnataka, even Kerala, for some would say so. Do you see that happening at all this time? Or you think the BJP is on a stronger wicket in the Hindi heartland this time around as well?
Well, it's certainly much, much stronger in the Hindi heartland and the immediately neighbouring states such as Maharashtra, than it is in the south. I think the alliance with the AIADMK will help the party in Tamil Nadu, but I don't think the AIADMK is going to sweep the state as it did last time. Today is the last day of voting in Odisha, and last time round the BJD won all but 1 seat in Odisha. The Congress party was second in terms of the popular vote, but it does look as if the BJP is the more formidable challenger there to the BJD. So Odisha may be one of the few states where the BJP is starting to gain seats.
And very quickly, Andrew, we've seen the BJP max it out in 2014 in states such as UP, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh. Do you see that happen again, a repeat of that in 2019? Or you think it's not reasonable to expect BJP to do a repeat of that in 2019?
I think it's unlikely that they'll do anything like as well as they did 5 years ago. They may well be quite clearly the largest party, but I think in UP, the BSP-SP alliance will be quite successful in clawing back a significant number of seats from the BJP. And the state election pointers in both Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh suggest that this will not be a BJP sweep again. I suspect they will do better in those states now than they did in the November-December state elections, but I think Congress will hold a significant portion of the popular vote and will win a significant number of seats in both those states.
All right, on that note, Andrew Whitehead, thank you so much for joining us on WION. Well,